Good morning and welcome to Roberts Centre in Wilmington, Ohio for the 2022 FargoRate sponsored US Pro Billiard Series Ohio Open. We started with 64, we're down to just 4. Who will lift the trophy and receive a cheque for $25,000 later today? Well, our first semi-final is between Estonia's Denis Grabe and Russia's Fedor Gorst. Terepavast to everyone watching in Estonia and Dobry din to our fans in Russia. The game is 10 ball, it's still 2 races to 4, it's still call shot, and still calling the shots with me in the booth is Tim de Ruyter. Good morning, Tim.
Morning, Mark.
Well, I know what you're going to be very, very interested in, and it's the break. Now, we've got 2 big breakers here, Tim. I'm hoping they're going to please you this morning.
Yeah, I hope so too, to be honest. Well, it's going to be an interesting match. Denis hasn't been playing, hasn't been getting a lot of good results in the last months. So good to see him finally getting into the later stage in a big tournament again.
He's made a ball on the break and he's got a shot at the one, Tim. Analyse that break for us.
Yeah, actually it wasn't that powerful, but he really had a real smooth and long backswing. So that meant that he put a lot of speed instead of power into the cue ball. And it worked, and he's got shape on the 1 ball too.
Yeah, 2 waiting in the open. No balls tied up. This looks like a very good opportunity to take the first rack. And I said it's 2 races to 4. It's all ball fouls, of course. This is a pro event. Early 10s do count in this particular format that we're playing.
Came up a little short. I think he was trying to leave himself the 2 ball to the top left corner. I was surprised. I probably would have played for the 2 in the bottom side in this view.
Well, this is our 117th game, Tim, in this year's FargoRate Ohio Open, and we've had 51 shootouts, which translates to about 43%. You can tell what I've been doing all night, can't you?
Cool. Okay, so decided to go into the 7, but he's on the rail and tough to get on the 4 ball from here.
I think, can he just come past the other 4 and play short side on the 4? Can he just get past, roll past it?
From the other angle, it looked like he was going to run into the 10. If he can play this soft with a soft and a smooth stroke, he might be able to just get by it. Yeah, also made it on the thick side. That's how he...
Yeah, this has gone a little bit awkward. This
angle.
needs a really good stroke on this as well to get up for the 6.
Well, I don't think he can still get to the other side of the 6. If he makes this, well, we'll be close. He might bump the 6 real thin.
Fedor Gorst yawning there, look. It was a late night here last night. He was in a shootout with Francisco Sanchez-Ruiz. We'll tell you more about their routes to the final in a moment. As you said, Tim, couldn't get on the correct side of the 6, so just put a nice safety in here down behind the 10 and the 9. Thin off that 6 ball.
Or bank the 6 ball.
You like banking it?
Well, the thing is, you're close. You're pretty close to the 6 ball, so it's not like the aiming is going to be the toughest part. And there's a high reward because the cue ball can be easily placed on the other side for the 7.
He's called it a little thick, to be honest. He's left an edge here on this 6 ball.
Now Denis doesn't really play, he's a great shooter in general, but he likes to move the balls around. So in this case, I might have shot the bank, or Fedor might have shot the bank, and he would play the safe. It's a little difference in playing style.
A little cautious, shall we say.
Yeah.
Especially in the first rack, right? It's a semi-final.
Yeah, maybe some nerves, early nerves.
The last day, we started on Wednesday with another semi-final for you today. Roberto Gomez will be up against Eklund Kachi after this one. Yeah, this is a clever shot. This is a clever shot.
Oh, needs it to bounce, and
does it
get off the rail enough? Well,
don't think it does it, Tim?
Well, Denis might be able to play this soft, bucket speed, try to cheat the pocket, and if he doesn't make it, get the cue ball still behind the 7. Well, two-way. If he has enough to cheat the pocket on the 6. That's what I'm wondering.
Nice little drag. Yeah, like that. Yeah, I like the way he's played that. But
he's also left the 6 ball in a not too tough position to hit. Yeah, Fedor reaching out for the jump cue, and I mentioned this before this tournament. One of the best players to use a jump cue on the planet at the moment, so that's why I said Denis really left that 6 ball in a pretty easy spot.
Yeah, he's going to have to get that cue ball tight up behind if he's going to worry this chap, because, as you say, there's no one better on planet Earth at going airborne than Fedor Gorst.
And now banking the 7 ball, running the cue ball around 3 rails. Stun left. Yeah, nice shot.
Nice angle on the 8.
And Fedor, who was actually struggling the whole tournament, then should have lost against Alexander Kazakis, who hung his last shootout ball against Fedor to knock him out. Then after Fedor beat Sanchez in a long shootout. So I feel like the pressure really dropped from him. Like all tournament, everybody looked at him like, oh, he might be one of the favorites, and he was kind of struggling, and now he looks a lot different. Like he looks very smooth and.
Well, we spoke about this yesterday, didn't we, about how the greats just get better and better and better the further they get into a tournament. And Gorst beat Pachel in a shootout in his very, very first match. He then beat another Sullivan Clark in a shootout. He was sent to the one-loss side, of course, by Mika Immonen in another shootout. And then finally, he won in straight sets against Daniel Maciel. And then, as you just mentioned, Kazakis in a shootout yesterday. And another one late here last night against Francisco Sanchez Ruiz. What an epic match that was. It was absolutely full in here last night. Loads and loads of people watching. Denis Grabe beat Sharik Saeed in a shootout. Jan Lierop. And then Jere Vitaranta of Finland. And then a comfortable 2-set victory over Jeremy Seaman. Jani Uski was his next opponent. And then finally last night to get here, he beat Aloysius Yap in a shootout. So there's been plenty of shootouts. And if this should go to one of those, both guys have got a lot of experience in it. How's the break?
Yeah, nice square hit. If you look at the cue ball, straight stop there. Just got a little bump, but that's something you can't always avoid. And made a 1 ball go.
Nice
just
on the 2.
Just a 3 ball is quite the problem. Might have to play a safety. Fedor leaves a cue ball on the long rail. He could shoot the 3 into the 6, bumping both balls just up to the 10 ball and leaving the cue ball glued to that 9 ball. That's what I like to see here. I'm not sure. Oh, he can still play it. Yeah, so he called the 10 ball probably just in case, because the 2 balls will go towards the 10, so might get lucky.
I think the 10's going to go really close here if he plays that off the 6.
Oh, doesn't want it to go.
Oh dear, that's a mistake. Gives it straight back. I don't want any of that. Thank you, Fedor. All yours, mate. But you just can't foresee those kinds of things, can you? Or can you?
It depends. No, I mean, it's in this case he nudged 2 balls to get the 6 ball go in. Not much you can do, But he could have maybe taken some speed off, or I think his position for the safety was a little bit, he got a little bit too straight on it. So if he had a little bit more angle, would be different. But
did he? I think he called the 10 here, off the back of the 3, just in case.
Cue ball behind the 9. Oh, yeah, I was thinking.
Oh, he called the 3 in the side. Wow. Oh, Denis.
Well, I mean, it doesn't matter who it is. If someone plays like this against me, I'll be enjoying in my chair. Like, there's not much you can do. Like, if the guy's making great shots all the times, and
you'd be enjoying it.
Well, I mean, I know you want to win, but there's not much more you can do from the chair. You can get aggravated, but that's not going to help you out when you get back to the table. Oh,
nice bump. He's just okay.
No, if you cannot enjoy the fact that someone else is playing good stuff too, then what are you supposed to do in your chair? They'll make you watch.
Yeah, true. Good philosophy, good attitude.
Left himself a little longer on this 7.
Yeah,
and a small angle.
This could very easily slip away from the Estonian. Okay, he hasn't really done too much wrong, but
just wondering if he's going to. Oh, it looks like he's playing topspin. I was going to say where he's going to play shape. Is he going around the 10, or is he stunning straight over?
Oh.
Nudging the 8 was the plan, and good shot. That was definitely a key shot. Long shot. It was. No.
This is where your technique and fundamentals really come in, Tim, isn't it, in situations like this? You can rely on them, muscle memory, all those hours of practice. This is where it comes down. This is where it shows. Looking very, very fluent, in control. Fedor Gorst will be going into a 2-0 lead. He's halfway to set number 1, in it goes. And we're going to go for just 1 minute, but please come back. Welcome back to Roberts Centre here on finals day of the FargoRate sponsored US Pro Billiard Series Ohio Open. Fedor Gorst, 2-rack lead against Estonia's Denis Grabe.
Yeah, and the loser of this match is already guaranteed a nice paycheck of $6,500. But I'm sure both gentlemen are gunning for minimum $13,000 for the final and $25,000 for the winner.
Well, made a ball again, and the big problem that he's had all week, if anything, Tim, has been the break and making a ball.
Yeah, not the best of outcomes though, with the 3-9 that got frozen. Has a nice kick and stick here from the back of the 1. Just top spin, little right. Stopping the cue ball behind the 4. Oh, just leaked out a little bit, but found the cover behind the 6. Also looking at going one rail. Couple good things that could happen if he hits the inside edge, pushing the 1 in between the rail and the 3-9. Can also go for more full contact. If he kicks a little bit too short with right spin to change the angle, he could get the cue ball also in between the rail and the 3-9.
Just be careful to hit a rail here.
Oh, he's completely missed it.
Oh, didn't expect that, Tim.
Well, missed it completely and opened up the 3-9. That's a poor shot. It could cost him the whole set because Fedor runs this out. He's on the hill. Just
3, you would say. Well, it's not really a problem with the 4 just there, is it? He just has to drop on it into the side, and he'll have shape on the 4 ball.
Yeah, you cannot really say there's any problems on the table. If you're trying to find one, could be going from the 6 to the 7. Just because of the movement with the cue ball, the traveling with the cue ball.
Yeah, made sure he left himself a nice angle here on the 4 ball to get to the 6.
Yeah, I expect him to go just 1 rail up to the right side of the 6. Little inside here, right spin. Yeah, to the bottom side of the 6 to get the angle to go back up.
A little further maybe than he wanted.
Well, he knew it was always better to be too far on the right side than being too short, because you don't want to mess running towards a 10 or towards a 9. Now he can always use the top short rail like he just did.
Yeah, beautiful control. And the race doesn't change, guys, all the way through this tournament. It stays the same. It's 2 races to 4, and if we're level after the 2 races, it goes to one of our excruciating shootouts for the players, but very, very exciting for us viewers. And last night we were treated, weren't we, to a new record of 15-14 by one of your countrymen, Jan van Leeuwen, who beat Justin Martin 15-14. Incredible shootout. And then of course we had the big one between Gorst and Sanchez Ruiz, which Gorst won, which is why he's here, and he's going to be on the hill, Tim. In it goes. So in control of our first semi-final, second one coming up at midday. It will be Eklund Kachi, who played very well yesterday, Tim, in his quarter-final, didn't he? I mean, he was...
Well, not just his quarter-final, just in general, the whole day. I haven't really seen him miss many balls. Was breaking really good. And, yeah, no, I mean, most of the players really struggle playing him. Just, I mean, it's tough. I mentioned it's tough to play a guy that's playing close to perfect pool. It's tough beating a guy like that.
Well, he lived up to his tattoo, didn't he? Perfection.
Almost.
So, quick word to our sponsors, of course. Now, I asked you what you thought I might have been doing last night. Well, I was doing a bit of research, but I also did a bit of shopping. I actually bought something on seaberts.com last night.
Oh.
What about that?
What was it?
It's for you, so I can't tell you.
Oh, okay.
And it's going to be delivered to Puerto Rico, to the hotel, especially for you. It's a little bit of a joke, but you'll like it as well, though, I promise you. Thanks also to Kamui Medalla Light, and I'm going to treat you to one of those in Puerto Rico as well, maybe even a rum of Puerto Rico. We'll have a little bit of a party there in amongst all the pool. And our CSI Predator cues, of course, and Jam Up Apparel breaking off on the hill. Fedor Gorst looking to take that first set and get 1 foot in the final. Oh, he's made a ball, but it's the cue ball. Now then, Denis Grabe.
And what is Fedor giving Denis?
He's smiling about something. Look at the 6-7. I think that's what he's smiling at. Just have a look at the way this. Look, there goes the 7. Keep your eye on that 7 ball. Keep your eye on the 8 and the 6 as well. Look at them 3 coming together. They're having their own little party.
Yeah, tough. Not really any easy openers to run into the 6.
Well, I actually don't mind going into him off this 1 ball, Tim. I know he won't, but I wouldn't have minded going off it, or maybe off the 3.
Well,
take a chance.
Off the 3 is quite risky because you're coming in from the back, and the 8 is going to stop the 6 ball. So it's really tough to get the cue ball out after bumping into it. So with the 1 ball was different, because if it went 2 rails, it was always going to have a look on the 2. Well, it looks like he's going to play this. Maybe he's going to play it just soft and focusing on hitting just a small piece of the 6.
Lovely if you could even catch the back of the 7, wouldn't it? And just slide down off the back of the 7.
Yeah, I'm just not sure if that's going to push the 6 ball up enough.
Let's see how he plays it. This is interesting stuff here. Well, he hasn't played anything.
Well, he can also use the 4, but then again, if he runs into the 7-6, what does he have on the 5?
My only criticism of this thing, I like to get it out of the way as quick as possible, because you keep diminishing the number of balls and the number of opportunities that you've got to move it.
Well, I like what he's doing here. He wasn't trying to do it with the 4. He's going to try with the 5, because if he runs from the angle he runs into the 6 here, there's almost no chance that he's going to hook himself. And if it doesn't open up nicely, he can play a good safety. So it's still, like, he can still do it in a 2-way kind of shot on the 5.
I'm kind of playing devil's advocate here, you know, just seeing what the options are. And
oh, he's got good shape on the 5. So you're not sure. So he has a shot to the side, which he can take on and go 2 rails for the 7.
Well, he has the bank as well. He has the safety. So, yeah, he's got options, as you said.
I do like the side pocket here. Even if you go 1 rail, if you don't want to play with inside because it's a little slippery, just play stun left, go into the short rail and come back out to the center of the table.
Yeah, played it well. Oh, he's got to hurry now. He's got no extension left. Well, that is just ridiculous.
Oh, that is just bad time management. I'm not sure actually if he did not have extension left. I don't remember him taking extension. But that, I mean, this is going to cost him the set.
And that is the difference from playing on the outside tables. I don't think he's played on this TV table this week, so he hasn't been on a shot clock.
Maybe once, but I mean, still, if you play 7-8 matches and it's just once on the TV table, it's still different to a guy that played 3 matches on the TV table. It's a big difference. Yeah, bad start for Denis Grabe.
You got a feel for him sat there. Oh, Denis.
Well, to be fair, Fedor's played a good set here.
Oh, absolutely.
Only scratched on the break on 3-0, and besides that, hasn't made any mistakes. So
yeah, in he goes. Denis will go out for a little splash a bit of water on his face and try and get himself together. And we'll be back in a couple of minutes. We need to go and splash a bit of water on our face as well. very warm welcome back to Wilmington in Ohio, a lovely little town that's hosted this FargoRate CSI Predator US Pro Billiard Series since Wednesday. Started with 64. 4 remain. Who will lift that trophy, I wonder, this afternoon? Well, any one of the 4. Roberto Gomez against Eklan Kachi. I guess Roberto's going to have to play his best possible pool, providing that Kachi does as well, of course. You never know, it's a different day. We know what this game is like. Fedor there seems like he's saving his best till last, because he's certainly got better and better as the tournament's gone on. I've never seen him play so many shootouts. Denis Grabe just entering the arena. Yeah, and it's Fedor's break, because Denis won the lag and broke off in the first set. It is winner break from now on.
Yeah, and also interesting fact, I've seen Denis for a long time. I mean, we play in Europe, we've played against each other. He used to, I think he won 2 Euro Tours in a row or something, almost won 3. Like, he was playing so well for a certain period of time. And back then he was just running around the table, like he was playing so fast. And now lately he's been like playing a little slower, taking more time, more thinking about the game. And in some kind of way I'm very happy to see that. But on the other side, it could also take a little bit of his mojo away, his rhythm, you know, like that nice feeling being around the table. So just wonder if he's ever thinking about maybe going back and just shoot more, just shoot and no think. Because that mistake on the shot clock before is actually not like him.
No,
I would never have expected that to happen to him.
No, it was just a situation that was a little bit strange, you know, because for whatever reason. Yeah. Anyway, chance for Fedor on the 1 ball, and once again, ball's out in the open. And he really has broken so much better today.
Got that a little bit thicker than he wanted to. Also did slide more off the table.
Extension called. I speak Russian as well. I can lip read Russian, Tim.
That's a nice skill to have. So a little stun to the center of the table. Still, if he decides to just play it stun, no right spin to make sure he doesn't go into the 3, the 2 ball is going to grab more. So he's most likely to shoot the 2 ball into the 6 if he misses it. Well, he struck that really nice. This was a lot tougher than it looked, for sure.
Well, he was here practicing when I got here this morning. Practicing that lovely stroke.
That's funny. The moment he struck the ball, he already knew he overran the cue ball. He was just going to draw the cue ball like maybe a ball or 2. And now got straighter on the 4 than he wanted to, so he's going 2 rails forward here.
Yeah, he was telling me, if anything, he's at a disadvantage with the stroke that he uses, because he's got such a big stroke, and on these slick cloths, it's so much harder to control the cue ball. He's overhitting most of the time. Exactly what you just said.
Yeah, there's a lot of players that, especially when they start playing on the slicker cloth, let's say for example Skylar Woodward, he has a really short kind of stroke, but he punches the ball a lot. So because he has such a small stroke, he usually like gets along with the slide and a little better than the guys that have a really big open swing, because they got to really fine-tune the speed all the time.
Looking good to take the first rack. Oh, this is tough for anyone to play against if he carries on playing like this. Who's to say it won't be Fedor Gorst getting his name on the Ohio Open trophy as well. He's already got 2 Arizona Open. We successfully retained his title there earlier on in January at the casino there in Arizona. That was our first ever one, wasn't it? Back in 2021, in July, I believe it was.
Yep.
I watched that at home. Must be feeling very happy. And there's all the teams, look, all in their shirts. And there's just rows and rows and rows of cues. Let's see if we can see them. There they are, look. Everyone enjoying a great day out, a great weekend here in Roberts Centre. They've come from all over Ohio to play the state championships. BCA leagues. Get yourself over to playcsipool.com and you can start your own team. How about that? Shall we start a team up, Tim? Who would you have in your team?
Tony.
You need another one.
Let me find someone.
Fedor to break then.
Okay, lost the cue ball a bit.
7 ball, is it going to make it? No.
No.
It's gone wide, it's dry. Is there a 8 combo on for Denis?
I don't think so. I think it's a little steep, and if we see a replay, you see he is putting more into the break. Like you can really see he's really putting more power into it. That's why he's probably not hitting him as square. But he probably figured out that just the stroke itself was not going to be enough to make balls. So I probably see Denis banking the 1 ball 2 rails. And then getting a cue ball behind the 8.
Oh, that's a nice shot. Now that's how close you have to be if you want to stop Fedor Gorst jumping.
Yeah, and especially if you look at where the 1 ball ended, it really worked out good for Denis. 4 ball blocking the 1 railer, the 1 rail kick for the 1. So he's looking to go 2 rails around the 10, which actually looks quite tough. I'm not going to say impossible, but not sure if he has enough room. Like this looks like it could go towards the 10.
The brain cogs chinking away there. You can almost hear his mind working. I think he called, what did he call the side pocket, I think?
Yeah, he's definitely going to run over the short side here. Oh, he managed well,
What a
and nice
shot.
hit.
Great shot.
Yeah, hit that good. Not much more you can do.
And Denis sat there thinking, what have I got to do to stop this man?
I mean, to be fair, it's a great shot.
Denis looked over to the commentary booth just then, as if to say, what have I got to do?
Did I say something wrong?
I don't know. That's what I thought. I wouldn't want Denis coming after me. 6'4" or something, I think he is, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a tall guy.
Yeah, very passionate guy. I can remember him losing, I think it was in this tournament last year, and he just went and sat on his own for about 30 minutes, right over in the corner of the arena. No one dare go near him. Are you approachable when you get knocked out, Tim?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, of course I get disappointed. It would be, if I would not be disappointed after a loss, that would mean I didn't care enough. But I also realize that now if someone starts talking to me, I realize it's not their fault. Like, it's still my fault. Oh, and that 2 ball was the biggest problem on the table, and he bumped into that 2 ball. Really perfect here.
Denis
turned out amazing.
Watch. He can't bear to watch. Denis can't believe it, what he's seeing.
Well, like I said before, if my opponent is playing like this, I mean, I got the best seat in the room. I'm not going to be disappointed. of course, you're always going to have your chances, and if you don't take your chances, or you know, you didn't execute as well, you got work to do when you're done. But you can only make the best out of the things you can do.
Something about, yeah.
Yeah. And also the coming things, not the past. You can't change the past.
This is a guy who will punish and take advantage of any little situation he can, and he's certainly done that this morning so far. But Denis still not out of this. We've seen so many turn on just one shot, Tim. And then a shootout, well, that's anybody's, isn't it? 50-50.
Yeah, still needs a little work on this 5 ball. Going from the 5 to the 6 wasn't that straightforward. And also left himself a little bit more angle on the 4 than he wanted to.
Oh, look at this.
Well, he needs one more. Stun right, using the short rail. Come back to the right side of the 6 in this view.
Well, our reigning champion was Mario He. He went out last night.
Yeah, still quite good performance. Winning last year, finishing 5th here. He's been having a great year too. Like almost every tournament he's played in, he finished top 16, quarterfinal. Would really like to see him in the Mosconi Cup.
Oh, you took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to say, do you think he'll ever play Mosconi?
I mean, he's already qualified once and then had that unlucky doping thing with his medicine, blood pressure medicine. So, I mean, I'm pretty sure it's gonna happen someday, you know, because he's just too good not to be on the team once.
I think he's got a great temperament as well for the Mosconi. Nothing would faze him.
Yeah, he'll enjoy the crowd, and oh, it will be good. Curious to see what's going to happen soon.
So Fedor Gorst getting ready to go 2-0 ahead. Big shot here, high right. There's that stroke.
Yeah, nice shot.
Oh, it's perfect. Well, I say perfect. Just held up a little bit, but he's okay.
Yeah, this is just enough. He's not too far away and has a small angle.
It's in, 2-0, Fedor Gorst, second set. He leads by 1-0. And we'll come back very, very quickly, guys. Don't go anywhere with the rest of this match. Welcome back. Gorst ready to break off to go on the hill. And during the break, Denis just sat there and he's chewing his gum and just smiling away. He doesn't seem to bothered, and I guess that's the best attitude to have. You know, he's played pretty good this week, and I know, you know, we're talking as if he's already out of it. He's not yet.
No, especially in this format, you're never out of it, but it's just tough. The biggest mistake Fedor is making is the break. And, well, it's just a tough breaking format too, so he's not the only player that has that problem. Now, can he bank the 1 ball to the short rail and bring the cue ball behind the 4? Or the 7? Oh,
It's a little bit.
it's too short.
There is an air of resignation, I suppose you could say.
Play that a little fast, Denis. There's 2 shots Fedor can play.
I'd like to say Tede Pavast to Lenny, his father. I know he's watching in Tallinn there. Hi Lenny, I hope you're well, mate. Met him a few times. Great guy. Big supporter of his son, of course.
Might be able to bank the 1 ball towards a 3-5 in between the 4-6 with some left spin to try to get behind the 9.
He didn't really grab hold of it, did he? Now, come on, Denis, here's a chance.
Yeah, has to get some feeling on the table now if he wants to have another chance in this match. Yeah, doesn't have to do much on this one. Just make this center ball. I like to play this like with just a hair of right.
I suppose the hardest ball here, Tim, is the 4, is it?
Yeah, which may go in the side too. And from this angle it looks tougher than in the other angle. Yeah, could also play for the bank on the 4. He's checking his options already on the 2.
Yeah, I was just wondering if you could maybe draw into the 8 here and move the 8 away and leave the pocket open, but no. It's probably just me complicating things again. It's a tricky little angle. These side pockets are so tough, aren't they?
Yeah. Yeah, that's why he's looking at the bank. As long as he has that little angle going to the 5 ball on the bank, then it's not a tough bank. Still have seen quite some players miss it, and he chose a different shot. The 4 on the side.
I mean, he can just drop this in. He hasn't got to do anything with a cue ball. Guaranteed to be on the 5. Just play it pocket speed. That's about as good as he could wish to finish on this. It's perfect just to drop it in. Oh, well, why has he played it so hard?
Well, and
Took it a bit quick, didn't he?
Well, and especially he's put a little bit of right spin on that to get closer to the 5, and that right spin is going to play left on the left point. You see, so he missed it on the left, and that right speed is also causing him to try to still get out of the side pocket. To where if he could have played left spin, it would go in over that side pocket point. So it's like he also made it wobble.
Transferred the spin onto the object ball, yeah?
Yeah.
This is a smart shot using the 9 ball.
No, it's not
to
going to
hold
be
the
good
cue
enough. Left a kick and stick, or left a shot to run the 4 ball in the 5 and get the cue ball down table. Yeah, and he's been just not on point. That's the thing. He's just not sharp enough. That's what it looks like. I mean, it's still early morning, and just I'm pretty sure he hasn't played like this all tournament.
No, I mean, you get these days, and it's just unfortunate that Denis has come today in the semi-final.
Yeah, just bad time.
It happens. We talk. Oh, what a shot! What a stroke! We talk about people, you know, getting better and better and better as they get towards the end of a tournament. But it can also go the other way, where you're building up, and then all of a sudden your game just disappears, and you think, what's happened?
Well, it's also, you know, I've talked with Tony about this. Playing a tournament is kind of exhausting too. Like, people always think it's a holiday for the players, but like the time and effort you put in yourself to eat good, sleep good, have enough time to maybe go to the gym, like stuff like this, like at some point it can also wear you down in a tournament. It could happen.
Yeah, especially coming through the losers' sides yesterday. It was a really long day, wasn't it?
Yeah,
for
playing
those
a lot of
players.
matches too. Like, every match takes its toll on your body. So he might be still, like, his game might be good. They might just be feeling bad. But he's the only one to give us that answer.
Well, I don't want to be the one that asks him.
Me neither. No, I'm pretty sure he will be disappointed. But like we said, it's only 3-0 from here, and I would love to see Denis come with a comeback. But
well, you never know. A dry break from Fedor, a nice leave for Denis. Run a 3-pack, and all of a sudden we'd be level again. You just have to never give up. So let's have a little bit of a chat about what's coming up in Puerto Rico. Tim, are you playing any, or are we just commentating there?
no, just commentating.
So we have the ladies and the men's Puerto Rico Open, same format as this. We also have the World 8-Ball men's tournament going on.
Yeah, World 8-Ball Championships, yeah.
Yeah.
And Puerto Rico men's and women's, indeed. And then also the World Junior 9-Ball.
Yeah, looking forward to that. That's going to be great. It's going to be a big pool party in Puerto Rico. And it all starts on the 14th of November.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure the BCA Puerto Rico Open side still has spots left for the singles and the teams. So make sure you check out CSI's website, Playpool.
PlayCSIpool.com.
And I mean, if you're not going to be in Puerto Rico, I don't know where else we have to get a tournament, because I don't think it can get any better. I'm really excited to go there.
I've always wanted to go to Hawaii. Maybe we can have the Hawaii Open one day.
Hopefully, hopefully.
I'll probably lose 5-0.
Okay, this is a nice opening shot. Let's see, I have a feeling he's just gonna speed up a little bit.
Yeah, he's just going for it now.
Oh, almost missed the 2-ball, and
Come on, Denis. Show your fans in Estonia what you're made of. Come on, mate. Looking at the carom on the 10, is he?
yeah, in this ProBilliard Series format, early 10 balls are allowed. So that means if he can leave himself a nice angle on this 6-ball, he could carom the 10 ball in. It looks a little straight on the 5, might have to punch it over.
He hasn't given up yet. He still wants to win this. Don't worry, don't think twice about that.
It's a tough carom. He needs to hit that 6 really thin. Yeah, he's not
he
happy.
wanted to be a bit further down, didn't he?
Yeah.
He's still got a smile on his face.
He can still play a safety, but it's never going to be a strong safety too, he knows. Oh, what did it? It's called, I think it's still called the 10 ball.
Is he thinking of running through it?
No, he's just, I really don't see any attacking options from here.
Can he not run through it, Tim? Send the 6 around the 10 and just roll the cue ball through. No, he's playing the safety.
Yeah, I think this was the best shot, even though the 6 ball was going to be hanging over the hole. This was going to be the best option. It's a tough shot, but not tough to hit. More likely to hit the 6 ball, but there might be a scratch. There might be, like, he might leave a shot. So let's see.
Well, he's used his extension, so plenty of time. And you always get the feeling whenever Fedor is working a shot out, 9 times out of 10 he makes it. Just like that. You know, he spends so much time actually getting it down to fine detail. So often you see this from Gorst. I mean, look, he's hit this absolute perfection. And that man there, well, he just has to put this down to he's come up against a guy who's played absolutely, well, almost perfect pool today.
Well, he's had his opportunities. Definitely in the last game, if he ran the cue ball a little bit further, he had to carry him now. Look at this for
that.
a shot. That's
what a shot that is.
Making the kick is, like, the long kick shot is one, but then drawing the cue ball length of the table back.
Look at this. Just gorgeous Gorst. There's nothing this man cannot do with a cue and a set of balls, no matter how many there are, whether there's one pocket available, whether there's 6 pockets available, whether you have to bank the balls. He's got it all. He can do it all. And he is going to be into the final. And who will he be up against? Will it be Superman, Roberto Gomez, or Eklund Kachi? Join us later on midday for the second semi-final. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks Tim de Ruyter. He will be here with Tony Robles next. I've been Mark White. I'll see you for the final at 3 o'clock. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.